Hello, everyone. Me and Lorna are on here. Everyone say hi to Lauren who's watching.
Hi.
um, we were trying to stream this to Facebook, but it wasn't working. So I'm like, hey, we're
I
gonna
know.
So anyways,
Plan B.
yeah, always have like a plan B.
You always have a plan B. I love it. You were ready to go with a second option, like boom.
Oh, totally. I mean, you have to. So anyways, I'm excited for everyone to get to know you and your story a little bit. So basically what I want you to do is tell everyone who Lauren is and kind of where you were at with business before we started working together, which is just over 4 months ago. Kind of start there.
Okay. I laugh because I was not in a good place 4 months ago. I had moved up here to work for a company, which, it had a lot of great people, but it came with a lot of pressure and a lot of stress and a lot of different ways. And I was just running on empty. Like I had like stress and health issues that were just causing, I was exhausted.
Wow.
And I had actually, Ruben and I had met years ago. And so he was always like in the back of my mind. Like I had that seed planted. I was like, one day, one day I can reach out to him. And so basically like I knew I wanted something different. I knew I wanted to work for myself. I knew I could do it because with the job that I had learned to really hustle because I was being way overworked, right? 24/7, 365.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned how to hustle. And I was just like, if I can do this for another company and make them all the money, I know I can do this for myself. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of where I reached out to Ruben because I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, totally. That's where most people come to us. And so
I had no idea.
That's fine. We all at one point had no idea of what we now have an idea of. And so now I just want to clarify this because I want people to really understand. So when you started with us, had you ever done online coaching or gotten clients or like done anything like that?
No, I've been told by so many people to do it, but I had never tried it. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to start on my own because typically, like I think on my own, I would be like, well, I probably just need to write a post about it and see who applies. Yeah. And I'd actually seen some of my other friends do that. And I remember when I saw that, I was like, I don't feel like that's going to really work. and it's funny because like that's what our brain goes to. Okay. Just like the post and hope thing. Right. So.
Oh, totally. 100%. And so now one of the questions I always like to ask, which is why did you decide to kind of come to Coaches Creating Impact? And why did you decide, what was like that thing that like led you to be like, you know what, I'm just going to join, I'm going for it?
Many reasons. So the trust that you had established years ago, it was very kind. It was very supportive. It was never pushy. It was never creepy. And I never got the vibe from you that you were just doing this for money. Like I sincerely got the vibe that you love helping people. And so out of anything, it was the trust factor, right? So I trusted you back then. I trusted you. I had always been kind of still watching you, watching what you were doing. And most important, always creeping, but always like in watching your testimonials, watching what you're doing for other people. Because I think most of us are, proof is in the pudding, right? So you're not going to invest or trust someone unless you see what they've been doing. And so it was all of that put together. I saw what you've been doing for other people and I knew that I wanted that too.
Yeah, I love that. And that's the experience we try to bring across, and people that are watching this, they know that. So now let's talk about, so basically 4 months ago, never had done any online coaching before. Now let's talk about, the first while you were still working your full-time job, right? And so it was a little bit of this hard transition of like, okay, you started to get some clients, you started to make some money, but you still were working this full-time job. Talk about that transition a bit, because I think a lot of people think it's like a super easy transition, and for 99% of people, it's not. Talk about how hard it was, but also how you started to see the results online and how that started to make you maybe want to quit your job.
It wasn't easy by any means because I had the factor of my job was more stressful than some, just from the CEO and that pressure. So he was very expectant of my time. Every minute had to be on his time. So I had to be very strategic in how I posted things. I had to wait until the weekends. I had to wait until the off times. But I just consistently was doing what you told me to do. I watched the videos in the module. So I was just, even though it couldn't be 24/7, I was still trying to just do a little bit every single day. And the crazy thing is, even working this full-time career where I'm traveling and driving all the time, I was still able to make all of the money that you cost. Like in
Yeah.
that time when I was still with that other company, I was able to pay you off and able to make money.
Yeah. You made your
So
full investment back
it was,
even while working a full-time job, which is, I
it
mean,
was crazy.
impressive.
It was crazy because I was like, at first I was like, I don't think how am I going to have the time? But I found the time because instead of trying to figure out all these things to do, you had specific things for me to do, and it cut that time in half that I needed.
I love that. I love that. So tell everyone, when were you able to quit your job?
So, so Ruben wanted me to quit in December.
Maybe. A good
And
Christmas present.
here's the thing, because he saw the potential in me, he knew the potential I had, and he believed in me, which is huge when you have a coach. Like if your coach doesn't believe in you, find a new coach. And so, he was like, give this as a Christmas gift to yourself. And I wanted to do that so bad, but I did a lot of prayer, and I would have quit.
Totally.
But there was the new guy that we hired for my replacement was this younger kid, really nice. And I knew if I quit in December, he would be lost. So I decided to do the right thing and stick through for the 2 weeks and train him the right way. So I ended up putting in my 2 weeks notice on New Year's Eve day, and I left on January 15th.
Oh, I love that. And a lot of people, I mean, when they leave their jobs, it's a bit of a scary thing because it's like this consistent income's going away, right? And so, I mean, tell everyone about February, where you had now all the time in the world to put stuff towards your business. And you're like, you're kind of giddy, and I love it, which is,
I can't stop smiling.
So tell me about, February.
So of course, leaving a job and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have income coming in. But I knew I was going to, because I knew I had everything I needed. I had all the steps laid out for me. So I was like, okay, if I just do what Ruben and his team has taught us to do, I will be making money. I never thought that I wouldn't. That faith was never not there. I always had faith, and I knew. And so I just started to implement every single day, all the steps, the loop method and all of these things, value pieces. And sometimes I struggled on, like, I have so many value pieces that I could do, but then when I started to try to make them, it was kind of time consuming. And so I had some times where I was like a little bit of doubt here and there, but I never stopped, just being consistent. And I started to get client after client after client. But the cool thing was that, most of us price our packages down here, and Ruben really teaches you, like, value yourself enough to realize the value that you give, and not just value yourself, but actually give the value that you're saying you're going to give. And that's why I felt way more confident charging way more. And so it's funny because I told this story. So, and I'm very open with my pricing, with my, with like what I was making before, but I was barely making $4,000 a month with my career job.
Right. Yeah.
And that CEO literally looked me in the face and said, I don't think you should help these women anymore. I think you need to help yourself, which means like hustle for me, making $4,000 a month, barely making enough money to get by. He said he never thought my coaching was going to amount to anything monetary wise. And this last month, even before the month was over, I made over $10,000.
Yeah, you more than doubled what you were making.
And the funny thing is, I'm messaging Ruben, and as I'm messaging Ruben, I'm like, I just made another 600.
Yeah. No, I love that. And that's so, and honestly, like, that makes me so mad that someone would tell you that, first of all. But I'm so happy that you're not only proving them wrong, but you're also following what you deeply want to do, which is so fabulous. So fabulous. And like, I'm really proud of you. And so I have one more question, just shortly, because I know you're busy. One last question is, like, what would you say is the one piece of advice, or the one thing that you would tell someone who's watching this, who's maybe where you used to be and wants to get to where you want to get to today? What would be like the one piece of advice, or the one takeaway, the one thing that really helped you?
There's so many. It's hard for me to narrow it down to one, but it would just be like, I mean, of anything, just know it's a foolproof system. It works. If you literally just follow the steps, it will work. And so it doesn't matter, like if you have fear or doubt, like if you just do these steps that are laid out for you, you're going to start to get results, and you're going to make money, but you're going to be doing something that you're passionate about, that brings you joy. And I'm going to tell you, working for yourself is so much better than working for someone else. But also you're helping, like that, it hit me. Okay, I'll end on this.
Yeah.
I got a transformation, or I got a check-in photo, and it was 3 weeks after this woman had started, and she had lost over 10 pounds, but it was so visually different, and she was
Wow.
pretty overweight. I got emotional and I got teared up, and it hit me. I was like, this is what it's about. It's about
Yeah.
actually helping people achieve their goals. So great. Yeah. Making money is nice, but like, I'm now doing my passion, helping people, and that's my career. And that's something that is priceless to me.
I love that. And that's where we're all at the end of the day. Even like though
Yeah.
I love to share obviously the monetary wins, it really is
Yeah.
basically it's the fruit of you doing the real work that is
Mhm.
actually changing the world. Like the money is just it's kind of like it's an after effect, right?
Yeah.
And
It's an added
so
bonus. Yeah.
I know, which is a good thing because it allows you to be
Yeah.
free, not have to feel scared, and it allows you to, I
Exactly.
mean, coach people with your fullness, right? So I love that. I love that so much. Thanks you so much for sharing, Lauren. Like this actually, I know this is obviously me like showing off my clients in a sense, but it's also you inspiring real people. So I want to
Um,
thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Ruben. You're such an amazing coach. Like the trust that you've established, I just knew, like, out of any business coach, like, you're just, yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I'm
Thank
so
you.
thankful.
Thank you. That means the world to me, and that's what we try to do here at CCI. So
Yeah.
anyways, guys, thanks for watching. This was great. Make sure that you say hi to Lauren in the comments, and we'll
Yes,
see you guys
please.
later on. Bye.
Bye.